Hi there, and here's the second in the series of videos that I'm doing on how to excel in history at university. It's midsummer now, and so we're ploughing towards the autumn where if you've gone through the application process and you've got your place or you're waiting to hear, once you get to September time, things are going to go very quickly, and you're going to wind up on your course pretty soon after that. So whilst having a great time over the summer is fine, and let's face it, who doesn't? You've got to put in a little bit of work before you go. Why am I saying that? Because you're about to part with the best part of 10 grand a year in order to be there. Hopefully that ain't going to persist for very much longer. It looks like kind of the wind is blowing against that one. But that's the reality for you at the moment. So this is one of the biggest undertakings of your life. You're going to pour more into this potentially than most people do when they're buying a house. This is it. This is a huge, huge commitment. So one of the things that you need to be able to do, and this is going to sound like a weird one, is read. Okay? There's a terrifying number of university undergraduates. I forget the percentage, but basically the word I would use is most. Most university undergraduates do not read one single solitary book cover to cover for the 3 years that they are there. Okay? That's horrific. They don't. For essays, you'll find undergraduates that will dip into books or journal articles or what have you, and get the information they need, and then skip on. This means that in many instances, their learning is shallow and superficial. They do not understand the bigger ideas that the writer and the historian is trying to impart. And if you don't understand that, all you're doing is you're dredging some facts from a book to prop up an argument that a lecturer is going to find weak. If you can show that you've read a book, I don't know, The Making of the English Working Class by E.P. Thompson, say, you've read that from cover to cover, and you understand what it is Thompson is arguing, however controversial that may be, or however superseded by other historians that may be, then you have a very, very strong place to build an essay on. Why am I saying that? Because essays at degree level are less about churning out facts about what happened than about interpreting different perspectives on what happened. And once you understand perspectives, and you can understand the perspectives of a historian throughout their career, and the big arguments that they've tried to make about historical change, then you're in business. So this is daunting stuff. A huge thick book, the likes of something like this, that it can appear to be quite intimidating, and the difficulty that many students face is that they find their concentration wanes. Right. Firstly, give yourself permission to feel daunted. Give yourself permission for your concentration to wane. This is all pretty natural and normal. Just as if you hadn't exercised in a very long time and you find yourself out of breath after 2 or 3 minutes of jogging, the next time you exercise, your lung capacity increases. This is about building reading stamina, and this is something you have to start doing right now. You need to find yourself something from the university reading list, or if not, go and buy yourself something substantial, a good 500-page text on whatever you want from a bookshop. Try to buy it from your local independent bookshop or a bricks and mortar one if you can, because we're going to support those guys. And then start reading. If you can read, whatever your maximum reading level is before your concentration wanes and before you start to feel, fidgety, bored, frustrated, wanting to go on Facebook, that kind of thing, read up to that point. Then 4 or 5 hours later, pick the book up and read again, and your concentration span will increase. This is building reading stamina page by page. Very often you can, within a short space of time, you'll be able to get to a point where you can sit down for the afternoon and read 20, 30, 40 pages potentially. And that is where you need to be for your undergraduate degree. Why? Because if you're not there, then you're only ever going to be one of what I call a cormorant, diving in for a fish and then popping back out again. You don't be a cormorant. You've got to be a deep learner. Your degree that you're going to spend 10 grand a year on at least requires deep learning for top grades. Superficial learning is going to be a waste of your time and money. Okay? And I'm going to talk more about this in the next video. Thank you.